For me, dreams have always been an important part of my life. I don't remember a time that I didn't off and on have really great dreams. In fact, I dream every night. I know I do, but I don't always remember the dreams. I dream in color, and I don't dream prophecies or anything like that. I don't have nightmares, only maybe once in a great while when I watch some movie I never should have watched and I knew it. But other than that, I dream story dreams, I dream mundane, I'm going shopping dreams, and once in a while I dream a dream that gives me a word that I think is really beneficial. And sometimes that works into something for the blog, and that was the case of this dream, where I have no idea what the story was that this dream was in, but it had these two words that when I got up that I knew, and they were words that relate to creativity, the two sides of creativity, the yin and the yang, the light and the dark, muse and tracker. I think muse is probably the word that people think of the most when they're thinking of someone doing creative work, and especially if you do creative work. Because the muse is that inspiration that comes to us and we just literally cannot explain from where it came. If you do this kind of work, you've experienced this. You've had these times where you're taking a character down a road and suddenly you go, oh wait, there's this, and it was something you never even thought of before. That's the muse. Some would say it's an entity. That's a spiritual being that is reaching out to you and trying to communicate, which sometimes is hard for it. But I think it could just be what's inside us, one half of us, one side. And the tracker is the other. The tracker is the practical side, the side that has the understanding of how to put together a sentence that says, this is a fact, and you better be sure you take that into account when you're doing this, whatever it is. So the two work together, or they don't. Sometimes they're in conflict with each other because the muse is going, you're never any fun, you have no imagination, you're just blah. And the tracker's like, yeah, right, and nobody can understand the words you're saying because of the way that you go off on this red herring here. So basically, we have these two elements, and as I was thinking about it the next morning, because the craft part of the art is very important. It is not something that doesn't matter, but on the other hand, craft alone isn't going to take you there. And so I thought about it this morning. I thought these two words would actually, you could use them in a book. Not only for the hero and heroine, but say for two sisters. I mean, this conflict that we feel internally between the practical side that's going to tell us how to do something and get it done, and the side that's going, but why would we want to go there? It's so silly. That's not fun. You know, you're back and forth between these two elements, and this is part of the fun of creative work. And I thought about it a little bit after I was thinking about doing something about it, writing about it, and how do you get in touch with each of these things? Well, the muse is do the work, and it will come to you. Because it's when you're doing the work that the muse is there. It can't communicate to somebody that isn't doing anything. That's just, living a life and going out there. It's not going to get a book that way. Start out if you're writing a book and you never have. Just write and see what happens. The muse may surprise you. It does me all the time. And then there is the tracker. How do you get the tracker? Well, you get the tracker based on study, learning. How do you use adverbs? Where does punctuation fit in? We've got a generation right now that's learning how to communicate on Twitter, where all they do is use. They're worried about every extra symbol they use, and they're gonna, they don't know where to put a period or a comma. But you have to if you're going to be writing. There's very few books that are going to ever go anywhere, or that anyone will ever want to read without the tracker being an important part of how the book is communicated to the reader. So basically, it was kind of a cool dream, I thought, because it's like sometimes we think we only need one, and reality is two.